shine your light in the darkest times. You make it bright, Life's dream dreams, we're all by your side, Keep on doing what you do, girl. You're one of a kind, Shelly, Shelly, you're our last street star. Keep rocking your show, no matter where you are.
Hey, Shelly from the block. Jersey girl with a mouth that won't stop, no. Sassy, and I'm not afraid to show it. Gonna spill the tea, you better be ready for it. I speak my mind, no filter inside. Shelly's in the house, talking trash and truth. No sugar-coated blues. Then get out the way. Jersey girl with something to say. Shelly's in the house, time to break the rules. From coast to the city, I'm the queen of cool. You can handle the heat, then take the high. Shelly's in the house, drop the mic.
Hey, Shelly in the house tonight. Living it up, feeling so right. Yeah. New Jersey girl, she's got that style. Life stream queen with a million smiles. And she know the love from around the world. Hey, Shelly, won't you shine your light? It's time to make it right. Life stream queen's way away side. You're one of a kind. Shelly, Shelly, you're a life stream star. Keep rocking the show no matter where you are. Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to Coffee and Chaos with T3. That's me. Today is Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. It is May 20th, 2026 at 12:30 in the afternoon, and I am coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania. How's everybody doing? How's my mic? I hooked my old mic up and got a new wire, so just let me know how it sounds. Quick shout out to everybody saying hi. Let's start at the beginning. We got, of course, my Heidi coming in hot with the links. All right. Thank you so much. I saw your post on Discord. Love you to death. We got Will Raleigh. Glad you're back. Love your lives. Hope you're okay from across the pond. I am doing much better. I have my days. So we shall see. How you doing, honey? Yeah, WWE is tripping. I can't take it anymore, but we'll get into that. Lady Awesome, hello to you. Good afternoon. How are you? We got Wolfram, we got Peachy. Who else we got? We got Connor, we got Vice Baby. So my Wolfie. Ow. Let's see. I'm a little behind. I don't know where everything is, but Wolfie's here, so it's not a complete stream until I can do that. So let's say hi to everybody. We got Snipperoonies here hanging out. Thanks a lot for being here. I'm glad you showed up. I figured this would make a couple people happy. Not many, but a couple, and that's a couple is enough. I'm very out of practice. I don't remember really how to do this, but that's okay. We shall keep going. Shelly, how you doing? The mic's good? Okay, good. Sounds fine. All right, just let me know if it, goes a little wonky. Oh, Heidi's already calling Snippy a stunad. That's nice. Brujagil. Good to hear your voice, woman. I'm glad. Alrighty, so to get right into it, I hope everybody's doing well. I know I have been away for a long time. This is not me coming back permanently. I don't know what I'm doing, but I have a bunch of things going through my head. I just isolated for a really long time to do some healing and to get over some stuff and to just rebuild who I am. I know who I am, but I forgot for a while. So a little bit of the bitch came back, but that's okay. Sometimes you need to be a little tough to get through in the world, but for the most part, I'm still me. As some of you know, I moved out of my madre's house. Thank God above for all your blessings. But yeah, I moved out and I am now living half hour away from my mother. And it's very nice because I only go when I feel like it, and which isn't that often. But on the mother front news, there is some bad news. She recently went into the hospital in the last month and she's home now, but at 83 years old, she was diagnosed with cancer of the stomach, lung cancer, and ovarian cancer. So apparently, no matter how old you are, you really should keep getting pap smears and stuff like that. I know I'm scheduled for one next month because this was enough to scare me into doing it. Um, she's got a really good outlook. She's doing her chemo every 2 weeks. I got her some lotion. I made sure to tell her how to, get rid of the nausea. I check in on her. But for the most part, she's still my mother and she's still self-involved and she's the only thing that matters. So I'm just going to let her be her and do her thing and whatever happens happens. She had the nerve to say to me, "I can't believe this happened to me." Or the way my mother said, "I can't believe this happened to me, Shell. Do you believe it? All the bad stuff happens to me." Because what's the point of getting cancer if you can't, use the opportunity to be a victim? So, like, sure, why not, Ma? This is just me and my dark humor. It's okay. It's how I cope. It's fine. But yeah, so that's my mother saying, "I can't believe I'm so unlucky." I said, "You're 83, you smoked since you're 15. What'd you think was gonna happen?" Like, I don't get it. Like, really? Okay, lady. Now she's very excited. She's down to like 100 and I think 53 pounds, she told me yesterday. So she's losing weight. So to her, it's great. And I'm just like, "Bitch, eat. You need to eat. Like, please eat." I went and saw her on Monday. I saw Katie, took Katie out for some lunch and went home, thought I'd help my mother, and then realized no, she's more worried about the dog because of course, they have a new dog. Um, and everything else. So I'm just gonna, sit, kibitz with her a while and then get the hell out. And that's what I did. And you know what? I did my daughterly obligations. You can only care about people as much as they want to be cared for. And I've come to the conclusion I am so done giving to people who don't give back or who just give me crap back and take all the good stuff. That's how I wound up. I talked to Winning one night. I said, I taught my kindergartners about bucket filling. There are people in life who add to your bucket, you add to theirs. It's a balance. You're good for one another. Then there are the people that just take out of your bucket and take it all for themselves and never put anything back in. And they think you have this endless bucket and you don't. And we got to the point where I was just done, you know, filling her bucket. Like my bucket was empty and I was like, My bucket's empty. Fuck it." And I left. But this is just me rambling, trying to get the thoughts out because it's been a long time since I had to talk to anybody but Winning. So it's a little, you know, out there. Um, let's see, what do we got going on? A lifetime. You got Shenny got a new puppy. Aw, you got a puppy that's less old than I've been gone. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I could only give what I got, and I was all out. The tank was not only on empty, it was inverting and going the other way. So it's just, ugh. um, Snipe, that's a practice that'll never go away. Like you're out of practice talking. I mean, I am out of practice talking like just by myself. Well, I don't know, not really, because Winning's not really the responsive kind. He just sits there and kind of listens, and I just endlessly talk while he does, like cooking dinner, whatever. And I do every once in a while. I'm like, "Could you just grunt so I know you're there?" He's like, "Thank you, love you." But he's been my saving grace through all of this. He really has. And I can't really picture my life without him or without, his son who I absolutely adore. I love him like he's my own. I wish he was mine, but everything's going better. It's better. Even with the cancer diagnosis that she got and everything. She's 83. I've come to accept since she got sick last year that things just they go a certain way. There's things I can control and things I can't. And I'm getting really, really tired of taking on stuff I can't control and getting the stress from it. So these last few months have been a lot of back and forth. Thank you, Wolfram, for the grunt. I appreciate that. Um, a lot of back and forth with me and God. And, I don't do the church thing because church has this thing I don't like called people. So I don't go there. But I literally talk to God all day long. Like all day. I have a better relationship with Jesus because I was afraid of Jesus. I don't know why. I had this thing in my head where Jesus he don't like you because look at your life. Like obviously he's got a problem with you. So I had to work on that little relationship. Um, but everything's better. Um, Connor has an MRI next week because he has edema in his optic nerve and they don't know why. So we have to do an MRI. It's not the optic nerve part that makes me nervous. I'll deal with that when it comes to it. It's the getting him through the MRI. My doctor's like, "Oh, I'll give him Valium." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna help me." Like he's what almost 3 times my size. Like if he gets loopy, how the hell am I gonna get him in there? But we'll see. We're gonna do a trial run with the Valium with a piece of it and see how it affects him because I don't want him to go, nutty the day of. And I went for my MRI and, good, no brain bleeds or anything like that. So now we'll just check the neural pathways and see if I still have Lyme in my brain. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Getting an appointment for a neurologist is a bit of a chore. Here's a big beef that I have going. Why do dentists not work on teeth anymore? They'll look at your teeth. They don't like to touch your mouth, but they'll look at your teeth. They'll do an x-ray. They'll even diagnose your teeth from the x-ray, but God forbid they open your mouth and look at your teeth. Most of like I had a rough, teenage run and then my 20s weren't great either. But I spent a good 15 years of the first 30 of my years getting punched in the face by the various dudes that I was with. And it did a lot of damage to my teeth, little fractures on my molars and everything. So I did take a lot of damage that took time to show up. And I bit into a sandwich, a nice soft sandwich, and my tooth cracked in half, one of my molars. So I wanted to get it pulled because why bother, fixing it. And I went to the dentist, and dentists don't do that anymore. They don't pull teeth. They send you to an oral surgeon. What the hell do I need an oral surgeon? I could pull it myself at that rate. So now I have to wait until the middle of June. Mind you, I made the appointment the middle of last month. But the middle of June, I have to wait until. And I couldn't find one anywhere near me. I have to go all the way out to Pittsburgh. All the way out there just to get a tooth pulled. It's like, really? I was like, well, can you just pull them all and just give me dentures or something? Because I get really sick of this shit. And they're like, no. One dentist wouldn't take me unless I had 4 or more teeth to be pulled. I was like, 4 or more teeth? For that, I'll just punch myself in the face and knock them out. Like, what the hell? But yeah, so that's a whole big thing. I don't get it. The eye doctor does all his tests. But even if you go to a regular doctor, they don't examine you the way they used to. They don't look down your throat. They don't say, there's no, you don't do that. They don't look in your ears. They don't listen to your heart, listen to your lung. They sit across from you, look at your vitals and go, yeah, no, how do you feel? You feel good? Oh, I'll write this prescription. All right, bye. And that's it. That's what you get. You don't what was the point of all that medical training if you're not going to look? Like, please come over. Sniff said, yeah, my dentist seems way too happy to pull teeth. Well, I should be seeing your dentist then, because this one was like, yeah, no, I don't do that. Really? You're like 70. I'm pretty sure in the last 50 years of your practice, you've pulled teeth. Like, you could do it today. You don't even need to give me much Novocaine. Just give me one little shot, poof, and I'll go home. Like, that's it. No, you got to sit there for 2 months with this cut in my cheek, and it's like, ugh, like whatever. So it is what it is. And I'm like talking about my I'm like, well, what about the ones who are here? He's like, they're fine. I was like, they're fine. Really? Because they don't feel fine. I can't eat anything cold. I can't eat anything high. Everything's got to be room temperature. I feel so old, so old. But I still feel cute. So that's all that really matters. And I am still cute. But things are going they're going much better. The doctor did put me on antidepressants because they weren't going well for a little while, and I took the Wellbutrin that he told me to take for 2 days. And on the third day, I woke up to nonstop panic attacks. So if you're gonna, you know, try something, be very, very aware of the difference in your attitude and in your responses and how you feel, because you might not realize that it's that medication. And when I tell you, I had nonstop panic attacks for 2 days where I literally sat on the floor and just cried and cried and cried and wished everything was like permanently over. That scared me because I was like, I'll never leave these kids behind. But the the Wellbutrin messed with me. So I told Winnie, I was like, all right, I'm gonna stop, which I'm sure he was happy about because he was not happy that I was taking it. And within maybe like 12 hours, I was relaxed again. I didn't have that constant, rabbit pulse, racing heart and the, "Oh my god, what am I gonna?" Because I was freaking out for nothing, for absolutely nothing. I couldn't if I watched a commercial, I would burst into tears and have turned the TV off because it was just too much emotion for me. So, yeah, Wellbutrin is not the drug for me. So, I will be staying off antidepressants. But I just wanted to put that out there. Like, if you're having a hard time with something and you start a new medicine, please, your best bet is to document how you feel before you start taking it, and then a day in, 2 days in, a week in. And if you see a difference, tell your doctor or change your time of taking it or whatever. But your best bet is to contact your doctor first and say, hey, this is not working out. Like, what can I do? My doctor was like, don't stop it right away. Yeah, no, I stopped it right away. No, mm-mm. I was like, I can't take. I never would have made it through another day on that stuff. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I know it helped some people, but it didn't help me. Yeah, stimulants are apparently not good for me. But I don't do well on stimulants at all. I guess I'm so keyed up normally. I really don't need the help. Snipperini said, yes, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Recognize that some meds have bad side effects. This one was supposed to be so good. The doctor, like, totally so it took him like good 15 minutes to convince me to even take them. Because I was like, I remember being on these once in Kansas, and I'm pretty sure they turned me psychotic. Like, I don't like these. I don't like these. I don't like the Trileptal. I don't like antidepressants. I really don't. They don't work on me. Anti-anxieties aren't bad. I take those, not regularly, but when I get a panic attack, I take them. But those are my I don't give a fuck pills. Like, I take one of those and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like, everything, yeah, whatever. Whatever. But I am doing better. I have started reconnecting with my old friends, my old 3D friends. I don't get to see them because I'm too freaking far away, but I do get to talk on the phone with them and we text back and forth. Christine has been very good about keeping in touch and, hey, bitch, what are you doing? Yeah, get out here. Like, you need to talk. You need to stream. She was like, what are you doing another podcast? I was like, why? She was like, because I missed them. I was like, oh my God, you listen to them? I was shocked. but apparently she does, which I appreciate, honey. Thank you very much. Even though I have to post it on, a different website so that you see it. Um, and my Zuma, I've been talking to Zuma a lot. She did a history course last month because she went back to college. Very proud of her for that. And I was able to help her with that a little bit, with the writing and editing or whatever. So I get to be her editor for her papers and her stuff like that, which I enjoy because I do love correcting people. But Snippy said I had a seizure med with no side effects that gave me freaky dreams. I mean, freaky dreams could be a good thing. It depends on what kind of freaky we talking. Like you talking like freaky like or freaky like freaky deaky. Like are you being freaky? Because those dreams aren't bad. I mean, they're worse when you wake up and you're alone. Then you're like crap, and then you're ready to go and nobody to, turn the key to turn the engine on. Um, Heidi said SSRIs are usually not the answer, nor are statins for other things. Yeah, the statins I can't take because they make me loopy. Heidi said our sassy mouthy mama, always bossy and love it. I know. Bad freaky sniffers, like serial killer type. I mean, if you're killing in your dream, that ain't a bad thing. It's when you wake up and carry it through, then that's bad. Don't do that. I advise against serial killing. I advise against any killing. Uh, I don't know. Like, I don't dream much. I really don't. When I do, they're not usually great dreams. But I do have better dreams now since I got my birthday gift. And I don't know if I told you guys. I think I did when I was with Snippers, but I got a 6-foot long, wait for it, body pillow. It's full of down feathers. It's super heavy. It's really like keeps me nice and warm, but it stays cool too. And I got a special pillowcase sent to me with my winning reality. So I get to sleep next to my winning reality avatar pillow every night. And it does help my dreams, except that I have this cat, as you know, Snips, who has fallen in love with this pillow and will fight me for it. She will fight me. She clawed the crap out of me the other night because I was wrapped around the pillow and it was her turn. So she wanted between me and the pillow because that's her man, apparently. So she'll lay there all night while I'm sitting here talking to Winning, and I have Winning on here, and she's over on the bed wrapped around it, and I'm just like, all right, like she could have that as long as I get the real thing. And I have to, give a little shout out to Winning and his son, because for Mother's Day, they gave me they sent me a surprise that got here on Mother's Day. I was not expecting anything. I was super bowled over just that I got anything. They literally could have sent me like toilet paper and I would have been like, "Oh my god, thanks for thinking of me." They sent me a Snuggie. A Snuggie that is all white and it is the character of my spirit animal, R2D2. I was so happy. I love this thing. I love it. Number 1, it's soft. Number 2, it's R2D2. Number 3, it came from 2 of my 3 favorite men in all existence. So I just wanted you guys to know that because it was super sweet and I cried and I put it on right away and I went into my son. I was like, look what they got me. You didn't get me nothing. He was like, me. I gave you me. Oh, thanks. The gift that keeps giving. But I didn't know Katie got me a purse and a baseball cap from her and Connor. So I didn't get that until Monday because nobody told me about it, or I would have went and got it. But yeah, so they got me a Snuggie, R2D2 Snuggie. I love it. I do. I love it. So that made me happy. But things, like I said, things keep changing and always for the better. We have some bumps here and there, like, working with Social Security is not, a lovely thing to do. And they're always giving me issues, but I'm getting a lot better with dealing with stuff. I can handle a lot more than I could before. I don't put my mail to the side and avoid it for 4 months because I'm worried about what's inside the envelope that I can't see. Now I just open it at the mailbox. I force myself to. These are like ways that I cope with things that I want to avoid. I'm trying to change my behavior patterns so I don't avoid things just because they hurt or because they scare me. The mail should not scare me because I've dealt with way worse. And I tell my son all the time, I'm like, you got to move forward. You got to do things, even if it's scary, even if you're uncomfortable, because what's the alternative? Sitting home and just being by yourself and not having a future and not having any type of security where you don't know if you can pay the rent. You don't know if you can do this or do that. I went through all that. I did the whole upheaval and going out on my own after being housebound for so many years. Like, that was terrifying. It really was because once again, everything was going to be on me. And you know what? I kind of thrive in that pressure environment. I need to be in charge. I need to have stuff that I have to juggle and I have to make this appointment. I got to get here at this time. It's a pain in the ass, but it gets me up and out of bed every day. It keeps me motivated. And when I'm motivated, I get a lot of things done. Like, my house is so clean and I cook all the time and I'm always doing like, you know, my next son is always sending me recipes. He's like, "Oh, look, you should learn how to make this." Or, "Oh, this would be fantastic." And I'm like, "All right, I'll learn how to make it." So I keep trying like all these different recipes. So, he gives me the ideas. I carry through and Connor gets the benefit of it. And he's like, "I love that you're cooking again." It's great because if you think about it, a year ago, I started cooking in my mother's house and I could barely stand up by myself for about a minute without having to grab the stool or, a chair and sit down because my back hurt so bad and I was so dizzy. And now I cook full meals. I clean my house. I have my exercise bike that I go on. I told Winnie the other day, I was like, "I did 20 minutes of sweating to the oldies." And he made fun of me. And I was like, "Look, dick." I was like, I'm proud of that. I was like, "You don't get to put that down." Like, I'm super proud. I haven't been able to do that. And he was like, "But sweating to the oldies." I was like, "I like the music. And it's mostly like the first 20 minutes is mostly like leg and stretching. So it's really good for me to warm up before I do everything else." And I was super proud of myself. And then when he realized, he was like, "Yeah, I'm proud of you too." But that's how far I've come. I mean, I've lost well over 100 pounds since last year, but I worked really, really hard. I changed everything I was doing in my life. I got off like all those medicines, back when I was in Hoboken. And then I did like the spike protein cleanse. I did the ivermectin. And those things all seem to have really restarted my body on a different health path. Like, I didn't feel sick anymore. I mean, I didn't feel healthy, but I didn't feel sick, and I could work with that. I could build on that. So I did. Um, I worked on my flexibility, I worked on my stamina, and now I drive, I go shopping whenever I want. That's mainly how I walk around here because there's no place really nice to walk here alone. I mean, I could do the trails, but by myself, I'm like, "Yeah, no." So I walk around Walmart. I, go to the mall because the mall is right behind my house. And I'll like, walk around the mall and see everything and do a couple circuits. It's nice. I can go in the rain, I can go in the snow, whatever. And I keep getting out. I go to stores. I say hi to people. I smile. I try to get like interested in all the things that I enjoyed before, but I'm also like looking into new things. I'm looking into like voice work because apparently there's a lot of jobs out there that they keep sending me like, "Hey, you want to teach AI how to talk with your accent?" Because apparently I have a very unique accent. Um, I keep getting those and they're not bad. Some of them are, $30, $40 an hour, and some of them are $120 an hour. So it all depends. But I recommend looking into those things. I've been researching it a lot. So we'll see if if that becomes a thing, which is another reason why I wanted to, check out the mic and see how it's working because I need the good mic for that kind of work. So if you guys say it sounds good, I'm gonna believe ya. I'm gonna believe ya. Lefty, how's the eggplant, dude? Hope it's doing well, serving you well. I know you're very proud of it. Snippy said I had a dream about William Shatner. Shenny and the gang made fun of me for that. It was old Shatner, not Kirk era. Oh, older Shatner. Well, that's all right. I mean, have you been watching the Unexplained series? Because that would do it. He's the host of that. I don't I think I'd be a little freaked out if I dreamt of William Shatner. I get freaked out when I see him when I'm awake. Yeah, something about him. He's just nothing like the real thing, baby. I mean, in the meantime, but yeah, no, the having the real thing is definitely um in my very near future. So we'll see how that goes. But for all the haters who were like, oh, that's gonna, yeah, 3 years and counting, you can suck it. So, um, and nobody has proven time and time again that they can be there for the other person like he and I have. It's it's something very special that I cherish, and I know it means the world to him. We've changed each other in so many ways, and we've been there for each other through the worst things that you can go through, and I just thank God every day that I have him, and that I have his son, and I have my kids, and that's all I need. I mean, I love y'all, don't get me wrong, but, like, when it comes to, like, the 3D, like, my immediate circle, that's my family. That's the family I want, it's the family I built, and it's the family I've put my energy into, and it's the family I deserve, and it's only gonna get better. It only continues to get better, so lady said, "I avoid things just because I don't need a reason." I try not to avoid things because when I avoid it once, that's it. That sets the precedent. I'm just not going near it. And I'll put it off for months and months. And somebody be like, "This was time sensitive." I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like, I couldn't deal with it. I just couldn't. So I don't. And he said, I gotta say, I love having this voice in the background to get my day going. I'm glad, honey. Thank you. You were my cadence for so many days, and you're what I've been missing. Ah, you missed my psychotic, frenetic pace, my constant squirreling, because that's all I do. So very proud of you. Thank you, lady. Awesome. I appreciate that. Heidi, thank you. She's proud of me too. Everybody's so proud of me. I'm proud of me too for once. I really am. I had this conversation with Winning last night. I said, there's nobody in this world that's harder on me than me. Like, I am absolutely my worst critic. Because for everybody else, if they do this teeny tiny thing, I think it's a huge thing. And I'm so happy for them. And I'm so proud of them. And I make sure they know it and I build them up. But if I do something, it's like that wasn't good enough. Like, why you did one thing today? Why didn't you do two? You did 5 things today. Why didn't you do 10? Why didn't you do this better? Why didn't you clean this, but you forgot to do that? I'm always berating myself. Like, it's like no matter what I do, no matter what improvements I make, it's just never enough. And I gotta stop doing that. I'm trying really hard to be gentler to myself. But it ain't easy when you're used to like beating yourself up for everything. And I want you guys to make sure you do that for yourself. Like I've talked to Snippers about it and I've talked to Heidi about it. And y'all are amazing. Like you hit hard times and you feel it and you share it and then you rise up out of it and you fight it with everything you have and you win. You always come out of it. And I can't tell you how proud I am of you guys for how I've seen you evolve over time. I've seen all of you get better. I've seen you hit rock bottom. I've seen you go through like tragedies with your families, with your personal life, with your mental health, with your emotions. and rise up and always be there for other people and to be there for yourself. That's what I think I'm most proud of is that you're finally showing up for yourselves. I don't do that. I can talk about myself. I can tell you my stories. I can make you laugh. Again, that doesn't mean that I'm telling you anything that's actually in my head bothering me. It's hard to do. It's hard to share. But I figured I'd come on here for a little while and say hi and see how you guys were. And just, not like jump back into it, but I do want to like just, I don't know, put the feelers out or whatever. Just talk to somebody other than myself. Even though I kind of am just talking to myself, but whatever. At least I have you guys in chat. All 6 of you. It's a game channel. Lady Awesome said you can always do the sexy talk. You mean like my E. Cummings poem? Yeah. Sometimes I blush. I'll listen to it once in a while. I'm like, oh my God, I need to take this down, but I won't. Because I'm not ashamed of anything that I say or do, but that one does I'm blushing now. Like I can feel my cheeks are hot. Because that was a little over the top for me to put out there. Um They're always asking about your egg. Of course, Lefty, always. Because you're always throwing it out there for everybody to see. I mean, we do what you want, no? Where's my coffee? Um, Lady said I got real excited about throwing up the finger. I was wondering where that was going because this says I got real excited about throwing up. I was like, no, there's got to be more than that. Not sure who I'm saying to suck it to, but oh well. Does it matter? I mean, the whole world can just suck it. At this rate, it's like whatever you can do to make yourself feel better that don't hurt anybody. Yeah. And I do love proving people wrong. As you should be proud of you, T3. Thank you. Thank you, Hattie. Yeah. I have a lot of pride, but being proud is a different thing. I would love to be proud of all the stuff that I do, but for the most part, I still beat myself up. So I'm just going to do, what my generation does. I'm going to fake it till I make it. Paste that smile on my face and just keep going because the only way to go is through. I mean, I'm halfway through my life. What am I going to do? Turn around and go back? No, I'm going to live out the other half of my life to the best I can. Hopefully a little smarter than I did the first half. You and me both need to be kinder to each other. Yes, Heidi, we do. We all need to be hider. We need to be hider. We need to be kinder. Snippy said, I'm not sure I'm always winning. I fail a lot, but I do keep trying. Failure and winning, they're not that different. They're really not. If you fail and keep trying, to me, that's a win because you pick yourself up and try again. You didn't call it quits. You didn't throw in the towel. You didn't say, oh, this is too much for me. I've said, oh my God, I can't. And then I turn around and I go do it because I don't have a choice. I mean, I do have a choice theoretically. I could just say fuck it and let everything, fall and see what happens and just let somebody else pick up the baton and run with it. I'm full of analogies and metaphors today, but that's just not who I am. I take responsibility very seriously. Like very, very seriously because if I don't do it, who's gonna? I have to get things done. I have to improve because there's no point to me just existing in this world. I want to live. I want to have fun. I want to do things. Next week, I am determined I am going to go see the Mandalorian movie by myself because my son don't want to go with me. And I'm going to go by myself and I am going to get myself the thing that Winnie's going to yell at me for because I cannot go to a movie without popcorn. I will skip the soda and have water, but I'm going to get myself a small popcorn. I might not eat it, but I'm going to get it and taste it and we'll see how that goes. Because all the things that I used to enjoy, I taste them now and I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like sugar is way too sweet for me. It's crazy. I don't like a lot of fried food anymore. It's just, I don't know. Everything changed once I changed my whole like diet. My mother's like, "You're not eating enough." And I'm eating hard boiled eggs. I'm eating eggs with bacon. I'm eating, like, but I'm not having bread and I'm not having sugar and I'm, limiting my salt to just, flavoring my food. Um, if y'all have not tried making that cottage cheese bread, you need to. It's not bread per se. It's kind of like a a sturdier, thin omelet that you make in the oven. It's just cottage cheese, eggs, salt, pepper, whatever spices you want to taste. I threw a whole bunch of like onion and I had a couple little like mushrooms that I sliced up real small, threw that in there. And then you just spread it on a piece of parchment paper, put it in the oven at 350 for a half an hour, and you don't have to flip it or anything. And you could literally use it like a fajita, like a tortilla wrap, and it was so good. I made mine long enough that I could cut it into 3 pieces, so I had it for 3 meals, so I wasn't, like, doing it ahead, and then I just threw it in the skillet when I wanted to reheat it, and I added some cheese and filled it up with whatever meat I wanted, and really high protein, and you don't taste the cottage cheese. You really don't. It tastes like a frittata. So the next one, I made almost like a quiche. The next one I make, I'm gonna make with, like, spinach and, red peppers and green peppers, like a Western Italian kinda thing. So we'll see how that goes, but I really do recommend it. It was really, really good. It was super easy to make. Just don't make it to where you blend it and it's, like, just liquid. Like, keep it a little thick. Thick is good. I'm thick. Thick is good. Thick is what keeps you warm at night. But no, it is really, really good. I'm not sure if you made my day doing aw, lady, I'm so happy. I know. So you can all blame her because she sent me a text. I believe it was either this week or last week. It might have been the end of last week. Time has no meaning for me anymore. I lose whole days. Just they're just gone. I don't know what happened to April. I blinked and April was gone and now May is over. So it's like, what the fuck? Um, but yes, she was like, "Oh, I haven't heard you." I was like, "All right." So that's been in my brain since she sent that, and the guilt was killing me because I'm Catholic. So I was like, "All right, let me just do a stream for like an hour or so, say hi, and see how everybody's doing, and see where I want to go from there." Like a rising phoenix out of the ashes, from a survivor to a victor. Yep, that's how it goes. I mean, that's how it goes. I will never be somebody's victim. Even when I was in bad relationships, even when I was getting my ass handed to me, getting held out windows and shit like that. Even that jackass putting a pistol to my head. I never was the victim. I still don't see myself as a victim no matter how young I was. It's just shit that happened. And I'm okay. I lived through it. Like with everything else, I survived it. I have all these little inspirational plaques that I make. That was how I spent my first 2 months here, was painting and writing inspirational things on plaques and putting them up all around my house on the walls because I wanted to inspire Connor to feel better and be better. And a lot of them are like, "Breathe, this too shall pass." You are a masterpiece in progress. I love you to the moon and back. That was especially for my kids. Um, all different things. There's one that says, "I wasn't made to be subtle," because I'm not. Um, they're all over my house. Little thing, love, peace, happiness. Choose to be happy. That's one of my sayings that I always tell my kids. Be kind. If you could be anything in this world, be kind. And I've gone back to that. I had gotten away from that because my mother thought it was, dumb. But I like doing stuff like that. I like surrounding myself with very colorful things and positivity and stuff like that. So my entire hallway that goes from the dining room to our bedrooms it's kind of narrow. It was very plain, so I put up like all these flowers that I painted and butterflies, and there's like a beehive and all my sayings, and I just love it. I do. I love it. On one side, I have all the seasons that I painted, and then on the other, I have that. And now I've been doing like drop paintings where you put like little drips and then you like scrape it across, and I let it, set or whatever, and then I go back and I look to see what hidden picture I can see in my painting. And then I'll draw like the outlines and everything of what I see, and I work from there. But I really do enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's gotten a lot slower now because I'm not as stressed out as I was, but there was a while that, for for a little bit I was doing 3 or 4 things a day because I just couldn't. I had to get out of my head. So, whatever you enjoy, just throw yourself into it and be unapologetic. Absolutely unapologetic. To take care of yourself is probably the best thing you could do for your family and everybody around you, because if you suck, you make it suck for everybody. If you're good, everybody's a lot happier. All I did was say hi to Winning last night, and he was like, "What's the matter? What's going on? You sound different." I was like, "Damn!" Like, and I felt genuinely bad because I was like, I have been such a wreck for the last couple months that I have him so tuned in to where he's me now. Like, he's picking up on all the energy, and it's just like, I don't want him to have to live in that headspace. Like, I want him to get on and be like, "Hey, it's my baby," whatever, and just be happy up there. Instead, he's like, "Hey, what's the matter? What's the matter? Are you okay? What do you need?" Like, and it's like, okay, it's nice to have that, but I don't want to bring that kind of energy to him. So, but we're doing very good, very very good. Every failure is a learning experience. That's right, Heidi Bushka. I don't know where that came from, but you need an emotional support chicken. No, 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 no. See, when I went to my mother's house, she has 5 chickens. Killer, Scar, Red, Raven, and what the hell's the other one say? Jersey. I call her Jersey. I forget what they named her, but I don't call her that. And I made the mistake of I didn't go outside, and my mother had the nurse come over while I was there, and so I was talking to the nurse, and she was giving her an attitude, and the nurse was giving her attitude back, and I was like, "Ha, this is not gonna happen." So I cut that shit right off. But we're sitting there, and they heard me. The chickens actually heard me through the window because I had opened all the windows because it was stuffy as shit in there. And the nurse was hysterical because they kicked up such a fuss because I didn't go out and say hello to, because I always go out and say, "Hi, my beautiful girls," and I'll throw them like, some corn, or I'll like cut up a zucchini and throw it in there and make them some popcorn. And I didn't go see them. I went right inside to go get Katie. And they heard me. And oh my God, they all 5 of them, it was just so loud. And the nurse was like, "Oh my God, why are they doing that?" I said, "They're mad at me." I was like, they heard me. I had to go by the window and go, "I'm here. I'll be out in a minute." I was like, whatever. I call those chickens my mother's liberal chickens because they walk around going Barack, Barack, Barack. And I'm like, we need to teach you how to say a different word because I just don't like that they walk around advertising for that fucktard. But yeah. So no emotional support chickens. Soup is very helpful, and she gives me an egg. Nice. Aw. My mother's chickens have gone on strike, I think, because she didn't have any eggs. She's like, "They're not producing eggs." I was like, "They're probably stressed out because you moved them so many damn times throughout the year." They had all the construction of putting up the new garage in her backyard. So I mean, these chickens are like, "What is going on? Like, I don't like it. You got this dog. The dog barks all the time. Like, where'd Shelly go? Where'd Connor go?" Like, they're protesting. They're like, "No eggs for you. No soup for you. No eggs for you." Got to get protein somehow, I suppose. I mean, Heidi, if when I get to Georgia, I'll be getting all the protein I need. Holla. Anyway, yeah, no, some things don't change. I don't change. Not in that respect. Recipe in the cord sometimes, Shella. It's easy. It's just a cup of cottage cheese, an egg. If you want, you could put 2 eggs. That makes it a little thicker and more binding. and you just blend it a little bit. You mix it until it's all together. You throw in some salt, maybe some shredded cheese, some pepper. I throw in a little oregano, some onion powder, cayenne, a lot of cayenne pepper, and that's how I make it. But it's super delicious. You can make it all different ways. Um, yeah, but I want to taste the cottage cheese because it's good. Well, a lot of people don't like the taste of cottage cheese. I never used to. I've gotten so used to it, I don't even like taste the difference anymore. It's almost like just plain yogurt for me. But it does help if I get the small curd. If I get the large curd, I don't know, it's saltier somehow. Never a victim. No, I'm never a victim. Fuck being a victim. I love you as much as meat loves salt is a saying in my family. Really, Heidi? I mean, meat does love salt, but well, let me not go down that road because I was going to say what other things meat likes. But anyway, Wolfram said, "Don't worry, be happy." I sing that all the time. My son thinks it's crazy. He's like, "Why do you do the accent?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "Whenever you sing a song, if they have an accent, you do that accent." I was like, "Do I really?" He was like, "Yeah, you really do." He's like, "You do like the English accent." He's like, you do a Jamaican accent. You do the Southern accent. He was like, "You do them all." I was like, "Oh, it is what it is." I mean, he should be happy that I'm just so multi-talented. Uh, dude, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, okay. Like everybody's singing today. Cool. The chickens love you. Of course, they kick up a ruckus. They're pain in the ass, is what they are. They are liberal chickens. They walk around saying Barack. I swear to God, it's clear as day. But my mother has all weird animals. I told you she had the werewolf rooster. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, why is there a rooster howling? Like, I never heard such a thing. And I was like, thank God they gave him away because that would have drove me insane. And he was so loud. Oh my, clutching your pearls. I mean, don't do that. Don't do that. Meat loves a lot of things. I mean, you said no sucking. T- Wait, my brain just fritz because I had like 1,000 comments just rushing at once, and they're all fighting for dominance. So I'm not going to give in. Not going to give in. So they're all just going to have to be relegated to the back pew. Like, go sit in the back and be quiet. Yeah, sucking isn't a bad thing. I mean, as long as you're good at it. That's how I feel. If you're gonna be something or do something, don't half-ass it. Go all in. I got a nice warm pot for that chicken. Queen Lady Wolf. Hello. How are you? Um, yeah, that the rooster, I kind of wish they would have cooked them, but they only cooked one of their chickens and it literally like broke their heart to do it. And I was just like, wow, I'm the animal lover. Like I'm the one that goes out and rescues like, every animal that's out there. I even here, they were like, "Oh, you're gonna miss all the animals." No, because I put peanuts out, I put no grow corn out, and I put no grow sunflower seeds out. So I get cardinals, I get squirrels, I get rabbits, I get fish crows, I get American crows, I get grackles, robins, sparrows, blue jays, blackbirds. The all these little like finch things that keep coming and they're all like right underneath my window, which my cats love. They just sit here and just watch all day long. So I have plenty of wildlife that comes up to my window. I don't know if my property manager's happy about it, but I don't really care. um, it makes me happy. I spend like 20 bucks a month on food for the outdoor animals and twice as much for the ones inside, so it's like but it makes everybody happy. It makes me happy. I love to sit here. We have such cute little rabbits. So cute. So cute. We have like big, big, big ones and little tiny baby ones now. So, because they're all coming out. We have cats that go walking, like the lady upstairs. She walks her cats every day. Those cats are out there, and my cats just sit there and wait. Snips wants to get out there so bad. I'm like, no, because she'll leave and not come back. Her cat stays right by her. I'm like, no, my cat is way too willful. And she'd be like, "Oh, look at that, gone." I stepped away for a minute. How far behind the chat is she? I am not far behind in chat because I'm not reading everyone. I'm just kind of talking. And there's not many of us here, so the chat isn't like ridiculously long. And that's fine because I was just showing up to make sure that you guys, were good and that I felt like I was getting more and more messages of "Where are you? Are you okay?" And I was like, "All right, so maybe I isolated a little too much." You know, but I needed it. I needed it. And it's given me a lot of time to think of like different things. Like there are different ideas that I wrote down to talk about like at a later date. Um Ideas for streams, and at one point I just came up with like a bunch of titles for streams. I was like, I was like, I could do a show that's called literally like not for nothing, but that would be like my current events kind of thing. On a personal note, I could always do like, let me tell you about you. I've done this one. You are the problem. It's not me, it's you. Um, then you got my grandmother's kind of strain of streaming. Tell me who you hang out with, and I'll tell you who you act like. There's one I was thinking of called the breaking point. Everybody has a breaking point, and talking about different things that can trigger and break you and how to cope from. And then I have the regret one. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't. A lot of my life is that, and a lot of my life is the opposite. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, shouldn't have, but did. And here we are. So it's like that's a lot of my life is challenge accepted. Hold my beer. I am. I'm on top of chat. You were putting the dishes away, lady. That's good. I mean, as long as I'm in the background keeping you company, that's what I'm here for. Um, is it just me glitchy? My internet'll do that at times. No, it's not just you. Oh, is it me? Am I glitching? Is because for some reason I know I need a new laptop. I do because with all the moves, this one is almost 3.5 years old, I think. And I've dropped it so many times, but it's just that's an expense I'm not looking for. So it's when I'm in a better place than financially, then I'll get a new laptop. But I'm very, very picky when it comes to my laptops. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but doesn't help today. It just steals joy from today. And here's the thing: I worry about the future to such an extent that I worry not about next week. I don't worry about next month. I worry about next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I don't even know if I'm going to be here 10 minutes from now, but I'm stressing myself out, worried about where I'm going to be in 10 years, and thinking I'm never going to get there. Yet I look back and I'm like, "Oh my god, how am I 52?" Because I blinked and I could have sworn I was like 25 the other day. I really like all those years just kind of in the blink of an eye. Katie was like, "Oh, next month is my birthday." I know. I gave birth to you. And she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Do you remember how old I'm going to be?" I was like, "Yes. And if you bring it up, I'm going to have to hurt you." She was like, "Why?" I was like, "Because you're going to be 31. I am way too cute to have a 31-year-old daughter." She was like, "Oh, it's about you." It's always about me. What is wrong with you? But I don't mean it, but that's how I make her laugh. Because she's always like, "Oh God, Ma." And it's just like, whatever. I got to give her something to go to therapy about someday. Because she's just way too happy. Connor could live in therapy and he don't go. He's in the room next door just singing. I don't know where he got this new humming thing that he does, but he's been doing it since we moved in here. He never used to do it before. He'd do it like once in a while. It was like a coping thing. But like he literally just hums really, really, really loud. And I have to go, "Oh, excuse me." I have to go in there and I'm like, "Could you shut the hell up?" And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "The humming." I'm like, he's like, "You don't like it? It's making me crazy. You've been humming for an hour and a half. Like, could you just stop?" And he's like, "Oh, I have. Yeah, you have." And he's like, "Okay." He doesn't even know he's doing it. It's just a self-soothing kind of thing. Uh, Lady said, "I wonder how I have a 30-year-old, right? Like, when did that happen?" Lefty said, "You had sex 31 years ago. That's how." It feels like it's been that long, I tell you. Good God. Thank God for hers. Uh, Lady said, I saw that. I got to give my kids reasons for therapy. I accepted long ago that they're going to go to one day. I mean, I don't care if she wants to go and bitch about me, if he wants to go and bitch about me. I did the best I could, and I did way better than my mother did. I mean, I had to do both jobs. I had to be mom and dad, which is impossible because I can't be dad. I can't provide that. I just can't. So my kids, they missed out on that. But I did the best I could. I gave as much love as I absolutely could. I was as compassionate and understanding and forgiving as I could be. I loved them completely unconditionally. I still love them completely unconditionally. I have stood up for them. I protected them from predators and all that kind of stuff. I kept them 1,000 times safer than I was on my best day growing up. What they do as adults, that's on them. Did I fuck up? Could I have been better? Yeah, probably. Did I plan on getting sick? No. But I mean, I worked all the time. And I had this conversation with Winning yesterday. My kids have said, you know, they knew when they went to bed, I was there every night. It never dawned on them that kids have parents that like go out and don't come home for days or that spend their nights out partying and show up in the morning and just expect the kid to go and do what they're supposed to do on their own. No, I was there every night when they went to bed. I tucked them in every night when they went to bed. And in the morning when they woke up, I was already up and ready and all right, let's go. Time for this, time for that. They had extracurriculars. They had friends. They went to restaurants. They went to movies. They went bowling. They learned how to play pool. Even Katie, I used to take her to the baseball field. We'd watch baseball games, stuff like that. I did everything I could. I couldn't provide them. Jacob, how you doing, Jacob? I couldn't provide them with the brand name stuff. Like I couldn't buy $200 jeans. But thankfully, my kids were not raised materialistic. They never cared about brands. They never cared about, oh, everybody's wearing that. I want that. They never did that. If I buy my son a graphics t-shirt for $8 in Walmart, that's funny. He thinks I gave him the moon. They're not selfish kids. They're not greedy kids. They're not unappreciative. They're not perfect. And I don't want them to be. I don't want them to be. I want them to know that they're completely loved as they are. Because that's something that I can give them every day that I never got. And I really do think that helps, as they get older. I still argue with them because we don't always have the same views on things. But that's a generational thing. I'm still working on it. But I mean, I'm proud of the job that I did as a mother. And my kids have told me recently, they're like, we don't, want you to think that we ever thought you were a bad mom. Like, you're a great mom. And we wouldn't want any other mom. And I think them seeing my mother and how she talks to me and how she treats me and the disregard and just how I'm always just kind of like almost begging for attention from my mother. They never had to do that. And they saw that. And I think it gave them a different appreciation of our relationships between each other because they just figured every mother was like me. Every kid has a mom like you. You're always there and you're always telling me what to do and you're bossy and you never leave me alone. I have no privacy. And then they're like, oh, no, there's a different kind of mother out there, like one that just genuinely don't give a shit. Okay, no, I like the mom I got. I like the mom I got. I never tell them no. I mean, I tell them no for stuff to do, but like if they want something, I never say, oh, we can't afford that. I'll tell them I don't have it right this second. Just let me see what I can do to balance things out or, shift things around so I could do this. And I always wind up doing it. I make sure whatever they need, they have. And they're happy kids. I mean, they're grown, but Katie's got that young mentality, but she's so happy. She's such a happy little girl. And I know she's not a little girl. I know she's 30 and she's going to be 31. But to me, she's always going to be my little girl because mentally that's where she is. And she's just happy. Connor, I don't always know how to read him because he sighs a lot and he always looks so super serious. So I have to ask him, like, "Yeah, right?" And yeah. I'm like, but are you happy? Like, you good? You need anything? He's like, "No, mom, good. Like, calm down." I'm like, "Okay." Because he can't tell. He's like, "I know, I know." Because I wear my emotions all the time. Like, you'll always know what mood I'm in just looking at my face. Like I've said, I can't fix my face. Like, what you see is that's how I feel. I can't be fake about it. And he could be very stoic, like 24/7 and be like super happy inside, but you can't see it. I can't do that. My face projects everything. So we're doing much better. We are. We're doing much better. I said, I wonder how I have a 29, 23, and 22-year-old. I'm too young for that. You are. We're all too young for this shit. Now I get it when they say youth is wasted on the young. It really is because, God, I look at them and I'm like, you're just sitting around. If I had your ability to heal again, like your ability to bounce back and rebound from injury and like whatever, like I had when I was 20, I would be gone, man. I would totally, I would probably relive my life the same way I did because I enjoyed it. I have no regrets. Did I make bad decisions? Yeah, probably. Definitely. Do I regret them? Nope. Not one little bit. Not one little bit. I enjoy every bad decision I ever made because it brought me here. It got me to this place. And it got me to a point where lately, like, whenever anything bad happens, like when my mother told me about her diagnosis, it hit me hard. And I sat down and I was like, how am I going to get through this with her? You know, she's so difficult. And I started thinking about it and I was like, if I look back at the things that I've survived and the things that I've overcome, and I look at who I am now, that I'm still capable of caring about people. I'm still highly capable of giving love and trusting and taking chances. I can't be defeated. I've never been defeated, not by the most evil person to ever walk the planet that I've ever met, not by situations that should have completely destroyed me. I've always, been able to rise up, meet it, and then surpass it. So nothing that gets thrown at me can ever put me down to the point where I just give up. Everything is something I can deal with. I just have to keep reminding myself that I can do it. It really helps when somebody says, "Oh, I don't know how you're gonna do it." You're never gonna be able to do that because that just makes me like, "Really? Okay, so now I'm definitely doing it." So whatever motivates you, like, really, like, hang on to that shit, like, really lean into it. Still the wrong Jacob. Okay. Yep, just caught that. I'm trying to go through. I'm a little behind in chat, not much. Lady said I did way better than others in my own family thought. Yeah. And that's the thing, girl. I love that they're like, "Oh, you're never gonna be able to." You're like, "Okay." See, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to do it, but now that you told me you expect me to fail, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it so much better than you ever thought I could. I'm gonna do better than I thought I could because you just want to prove people wrong. I hate being told like, "Oh, but you have limits." Says who? I said, "Who the fuck are you?" Like, I don't think like, I'll set my own damn limits and then I'll keep pushing past them because that's just who I am. I want to be able to stand up one day and say, "Hey, you know what? You said I could never do it, and I did it. I did it twice." Like, that's just me. I'm spiteful that way, but it's a good spiteful. It works in my favor. How are you doing, Pete? I was talking about you the other day. I wonder where Castro is. I saw him the other day. YouTube is being crappy to me. This sucks and not in a good way. Oh, I'm sorry. If I'm breaking up, I mean, just tell me. I'm not going to go too much longer because I still have to go to the store. Jacob said, we're breathing down here. Shit's getting hot. Industry is slow, but hopefully things will turn around soon. Getting sick of those puny checks. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. That or hit the lotto. I mean, I would love it if you guys would all like hit your lottery numbers in your states. That'd be great. My friend Zuma, um, I've been praying for her a lot. Like I said, I was helping her out with a college course that she took because she wasn't like getting the formatting and whatever. So I helped her out. Um, her house burned down in February. It was a 3-story house. She lived there with her 2 adult children, her sister's kid, the dog. She had everything in the world, like, in the basement from when the kids were babies. She saved everything. And I mean, I love me some Zuma. And the house burnt down. So she's kinda, like, living in limbo, like, from place to place just temporarily while she looks for someplace affordable because there's no place in Jersey that you could afford to pay rent, like, unless you wanna live in absolute squalor, and even those are taken. So, I feel really bad for her, I really do, and I keep trying to, like, build her up. There was a point to me saying that. Oh, the lottery. So, we were talking the other day, and she was, "Oh, if you feel like calling me, I'm up at night, if you just wanna bullshit," or whatever. So, I was like, "Alright, that's her way of saying I wanna talk." So I hung up with Winning early. I was like, "Let me just go do this thing." Yeah, he had stuff to do the next day. He was tired. He wasn't feeling good because of, Georgia and pollen. Not a good thing for somebody with allergies. And I called her. I surprised her, and she was all happy. And she was saying that she plays the lotto every day, and she just wants to win enough money that she could buy a big plot of land and have a house for each, like, section of her family on the land. She was like, "And then I'll have one just attached to mine with you." She's like, "And you'll live there, and we'll have one that's on the side, a little one for Katie and a little one for Connor." So that's how Zuma is. Like, she's planning on having, like, a family compound if she ever hits the lotto, but she's bringing me with her and my kids. So it's like, "Okay." She's like, "And you didn't even like me in high school." I'm like, "I didn't know you, and you just seemed like such a bitch." And I had my accelerated, my honors people, like, they were afraid of anybody who wasn't in their little group, so I was limited. But, yeah, like, her and I have been really good friends for over 15 years now. We were like, "Really? Has it been that long? Holy crap." But we've known each other for well over 35 years, so that's a long time. Same thing with Christine. I've known Christine 35 years. She has been my best friend, for 35 years. Tommy, I've known Tommy 35 years. He was my best friend. I still consider him my best friend, like one of them, only because he is who he is and I can't really let go. I don't talk to him. I have it blocked on everything because, I don't want to talk to him. But the memory is still good. Like, I keep all the good memories and I keep the love in my heart for him and I pray for him because I don't want anything bad to happen to him. Um, but he's never gonna see the light of day again. He's got, life without parole. So it's like, I just hope he finds a way to find some kind of joy where he is. And I hope he looks back and realizes that what he did was so wrong and honestly is remorseful for it. I don't think he is. I really don't. Like I said, he's the thief that isn't the least bit sorry he stole, but he's very, very sorry he's going to jail. Like, that would be him. Like, I don't think he's regretful that he ended somebody's existence, but I think he's very regretful that he was stupid enough to do it and get caught. Um, so there's that. And then you have, my Winning. And he is my Absolute best friend. I tell him everything. Literally, and he can tell me anything, and we have this established trust that we really, really worked hard on. And I know a lot of people think it's weird, or they have negative stuff to say, they cast aspersions. I really don't care. They can all kiss my ass. I'm very grateful for what I have. And he's very grateful for what he has, because let's face it, I'm fucking awesome. Even at my lowest, I am awesome. Awesome. So awesome. I'm so awesome. And if I say it enough, I might start to believe it. Our babies will always be our babies. Yes, Heidi, they will. Jacob said there's a $42 million ranch. Nice. On 5,110 acres in my hometown for sale. Been drooling over it for a week. Oh yeah, just go to the backyard, get that tree that grows all the money, and just start picking. And then go buy your $42 million ranch. $42 million. I mean, I don't even know 42 people, let alone 42 people that would have $1 million each. So I definitely don't. That's wow. I kind of want to. If you have a link for that, send it in Discord to me, because I kind of want to see what it looks like. Ooh, chocolate chip is yummy in the tummy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. No regrets. Nope, I have no regrets. Oh, Heidi, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Said by Pooh Bear, and loved more than you know. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And right back at you. And all you guys, you put a smile on my face today, just showing up just to say hi. Um, Tell me I can't hold my beer and watch this. Yep. That's why I've always told my kids, like, don't try to get away with stuff. Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it. Don't try to be sneaky. Because if you got to sneak, you're not gonna out sneak me. Like, I wasn't allowed to do shit growing up, and I did it all. Like, oh, you can't do this, can't, okay. Hmm. Like, not only did I do it, I did it twice successfully and didn't get caught. There's a reason why I don't have a record, because I never got caught. It doesn't matter what I did. There's no proof. You got nothing. Yeah, I got nothing. And as a teenager, especially in my 20s, I did tons of stuff I shouldn't have. My 20s was basically me just making a list of all the shit in life I should not fucking do and knocking them out of the park one by one. You're like, ah, yep, can't say I never did this. I did this. I did this. I did this. I did this. Do I regret any of it? No, because it was fucking fun. Snifferini said, be like the sister wives colony. I mean, sure, now they're all divorced. You realize all of them are monogamous now? All of them. Every single one of those wives was like, fuck this dude. And they went and they did their own thing. They met, another guy, or, they went and did stuff with their families, and they were like, Cody's an idiot. I love the Sister Wives show. I do. I hate Cody Brown. I hate, like, his, like, legitimate wife that he has, Robin. I want to punch her in the face so bad. And she's like, oh, they're just jealous. I'm like, no, you're just a twat. But it is what it is. I also tell stupid to focus. Go focus. Focus. Allergies are a thing. My buddy and I are the same way. Whoever succeeds in whatever will drag the other one and their family with them. That's the way you should be, man. You got to have people like that. Bobby, I'm about to lose my shit. I'm mad as hell. Why? What happened? And P. Didge, what you doing, dude? How you doing? I'm happy to find the sexiest voice on YouTube doing a stream. Oh, look at that. Thank you. I'm all blushing now. Hello all. I'm listening and driving, so I won't be active in the chat. Nice to see everybody. I'm glad you're hanging out. I'm glad you're hanging out. Nobody can drive or make phones. Nobody can drive or make phone. What are those two things having to go together? Like, I don't. Do you want a phone that can drive? Because that'd be cool. Don't hover in my blind spot. Oh, or I'm going to take issue with it. Yeah, I hate when they do that. When I was coming back from my mother's the other day, there was a Dodge Charger that went around me, and it went around on the left. However, it was a one-lane freaking road. So it literally, like, tried to push me off the road. I was so mad. And then, like, I'm trying to get over that. I'm all like, yeah, this motherfucker. I don't know. Because I'm cursing by myself in the car. I don't shout out the windows because people shoot you now. You can't do that. So like you can't get into arguments. I don't flip anybody off because I'm like, no, I'm not getting shot for no. Like no, like you want to speed, go right ahead. Like, I'm not in a rush. But there was a motorcycle that was behind me that had come up onto the road that I didn't hear and I didn't see because he wasn't behind me before, and I was still shaking from the dude trying to like push me into a ditch. And it was a whole thing. There was a tractor trailer in front of me. There was a tractor trailer behind me, and then all of a sudden, the tractor trailer behind me honks the horn. I jumped, and I just by luck I happened to hear a little bit of the motorcycle engine, and I turned my head because I couldn't see him in my mirrors. I turned my head and I moved and I could see just like the edge of the motorcycle. And I was like, this motherfucker wants to die. Because why would you get he was literally on my right side at the back corner of my truck, in between me and a tractor trailer that was only like maybe a car and a half lengths away. Because we were, going downhill and he was speeding up and I couldn't go faster because the one in front of me wasn't going fast. So it was like, back off. But yeah, he just popped up out of nowhere. And I wanted to open that window and curse him out so bad, but instead I just like I slowed down a little bit. I pumped my brakes a little bit, not enough to like, hurt him, but I wanted him to see the brake light go on. And I guess he realized because I opened the passenger window and I leaned over and I like, I waved him through to go ahead of me because I couldn't see him. And I just knew he was going to wind up underneath that tractor trailer's tires. There was no fucking way. So he went around, but I swear Jesus was there with his hand over my mouth going, shut up, shut up, shut up, because I really wanted to scream. I would tell him, do you have a fucking death wish? What is wrong with you? Because I could have easily like stopped and he would have been in, the back of my truck and under the truck behind me because he was just so up on my ass. He was literally like right on my tailpipe and like on my tailgate. So it was like, ugh. But I don't get why they do that. It's so bad for them. And then they have the nerve to like, look out for motorcyclists. I do, but I can't help it if you go in the one spot I can't see you. Like if you're gonna sit there and just be like, la, la, la. No, dude. I think he was trying to get out of the sunlight and using me as shade, but that's not a smart thing to do. He was really young though. I think he was maybe around 20, 21. But if he wants to see like 25, 30, he needs to learn how to drive the damn motorcycle. That's what the lotto's for. Hell yeah. See, I don't play the lotto. I play scratch offs. That's what I usually win on. Mamas know before they do it. Why does it smell weird? Where are my cats? I need to pet. I need you. You need your emotional support animal. I swear to God, that's why my cats are like, when I get super upset the other day, like when I was having the panic attacks, they wouldn't leave me alone. Snips was wrapped around my leg. She would not let go. Every time I sat down, she was on my lap, which she doesn't do. And she was just like claws in, like, I'm here. I was like, I feel you. Could you stop? That hurts. But yeah, the two of them are just like, they're right up in my face no matter what. Oh, you sent it to me? Thank you, Jacob. I saw my phone light up. I was like, oh, thank you, honey. Lady said, I never got into Sister Wives. I did clip my toes into the night. You dipped your toes. Oh my God, I can't read. Into the 90-Day Fiance. I won't go there. I won't. I won't. It's bad enough Katie has me watching Real Housewives every once in a while. When my mother first went into the hospital with the cancer diagnosis because she was retaining fluid, and so she had to get fluid taken from her stomach, from her lungs, from like just her abdominal cavity and everything. She was in there for a little while, so I had to go get Katie and bring her here. Which great, she got to see the apartment. We know that, if she has to stay here, she can. But there was nothing to do because it literally did nothing but rain the entire time Katie was here. So it was like, great, we're stuck inside. And so she was like, let's watch Real Housewives. I was like, really? She's like, "Yeah, we could watch New Jersey." I was like, "No, no, because then my accent's gonna get so bad, nobody's gonna understand me. Like, let's skip that one." So, what does this bitch put on? Atlanta. I was like, "Really, really? Like, I don't get enough Atlanta in my life. You want me to watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta?" Luckily, I knew all of them because that's the one I started on when they first came out. But yeah, we watched that, and I'm like, I hate reality TV. Then she had me watching like My 600 Pound Life, which those are just depressing. She sees them as motivational. I don't. I watch them and I'm like, oh my God, like, why? Like, how did you not notice? I'm not making fun or anything, but it takes real effort to reach 700 fucking pounds. Who has that? I can't even afford to think about buying the food it would take to get to that weight. Food's expensive. Like, I try to eat, like, the teeny tiniest meal now because it's budget friendly. Like, I don't diet just, because it's better for me. I literally I don't know, I I play this game with myself where how low can I get my grocery bill to be? If Connor is not with me, I can get a full week's worth of groceries for, like, 75, $80. But that's little like, no snacks, no drinks, or anything. If Connor's with me, it's an easy $200. And I'm like, "I didn't even buy meat." He's like, "What?" He's like, "I need all this." Whatever. Like, I don't it is what it is. At least eggs are down to under $2, you know, a carton. You can't win though. Eggs are under $2 a carton and gas is $5 a gallon. Like, so I just sit home, eat eggs, and don't do anything. That's cost effective. I tell Ditto Centennial Nova is his sister wife because I can't figure out if she's his wife or his sister, and he ain't getting any either. Okay. Are you feeling better, Bobby? You flip off Tesla drivers? That's always say that's true. That's true. Because even if they wanted to turn around and come after you, if it's in auto drive, they're not going. The car's just like, keep going. We gotta schedule to keep. Snipperini said, "Gonna have to go. Sorry, I'll be back if you're still going. If not, it was great hearing from you." Oh, have a good day, honey. I hope whatever you're up to today is something good. Mommy said, "I love motorcycles, but I won't ride them these days. Too many idiots out there." It's true. I feel bad. I had quite a few of my friends that, um, that were, motorcyclists get into really bad accidents. And I actually had my next door neighbor from when I was a young kid. Um, he passed away. He passed away on Route 3 in Jersey. I was at work and I got an alert on my phone that there was a motorcycle accident on Route 3 and there was a fatality, and they didn't even say who it was, and yet my heart dropped because I just had a feeling it was somebody I knew, and it was. And he left behind like 4 kids and his wife, and his mother was devastated, his father was devastated, his brother was devastated. And oh, hello, Cardinal. My little red cardinal just showed up on my windowsill like, "Hey." Um, but yeah, I was devastated. And he was doing everything right, but a truck didn't see him, a tractor trailer didn't see him, and he got pulled under. It hit him, he wobbled, it went over, and he wound up that was it. And then he got dragged for like half a mile. But it was terrible, and I feel, like, horrible for them. When I see them and they're doing everything they're supposed to, I'm like, "Yeah, good, God bless you, I hope you're good." When I see them out there and they're zooming in and out, I'm like, "Whatever you get, that's what you deserve because 'cause you're looking for trouble. You're looking for it." Heidi said, "Jersey girl always." I'm very vocal when I drive. Damn it, us drivers. Yeah, no, I just don't see the point anymore. I'll sit there going, "Oh, come on, you asshole. Like, what are you waiting for? Like the second coming? Like, let's go." But they can't hear me. I don't start fights with people anymore. I was Little Miss Likes to Fight. You could ask Christine. Little Miss Likes to Fight. I always had something to say. I always had the bitch face on. I was always mean mugging, ready to fight, the drop of a hat. Now I don't have it in me. I'm like, I don't care. Like, you wanna fight, go find somebody who wants to fight you because I don't. Like, I really don't. I just want you to go away, leave me alone, let me be in my own little happy place and, be delusional. Peter said, I have a zero electric motorcycle. It's super fun to ride, but I have to be careful when and where I drive it. No one can hear you. Yeah, my mother's husband's bike is like that, and I tell him all the time, like, you need to like start putting the card or something like in the spokes because somebody needs to hear that you're coming. Although now I'm like, make it quieter. Bobby said, even when they can hear you, people don't care. They'll do terrible crap to you. It's true. It absolutely is true. They just get so spiteful. Like, this roadway is mine. No, it's not. That's a lot of food. Okay. Housewives in New Jersey was a guilty pleasure for years, but haven't watched in a few years. I like the Utah one, but not anymore. I don't like the Utah one. I didn't like the New York one. I didn't like Beverly Hills. I basically the Atlanta one and the Jersey one were the only two that I watched. I used to when it first came out, I watched the Orange County one for like the first 2 seasons, and then that went into Atlanta, so I watched Atlanta, and then Atlanta led to Jersey, and I watched Jersey, and then after that, it was just too many. So I just stuck with the Jersey because those are people I actually know in real life. So it's like, okay. And it's so funny because I'll watch them and I'm like, this bitch. I'm like, she's so fake. She's not like that. Like, what the fuck? Or they're like, oh, my family is so your family's all mobbed up. Shut up. We all know. We've met them. I've met them. Whatever. Yeah, it's funny to me the amount of just bullshit that they put out there. And it's not really a lot of food, it's a lot of snacks for him. He likes the baked lays or he likes the Tostitos corn things and like the scoops and he'll get like the super hot salsa and it's like, okay. And it's like, well, you can have it. No, I can't because then the top of my head would explode. And no, I'm good. Like mild is good for me because now that I don't smoke anymore, I taste everything times 100. Like, I didn't realize how much I had dulled my sense of smell and my sense of taste with smoking and how it had changed my voice. Like, my voice is so much better now. I don't walk around like coughing all the time. I'm not like congested. I can smell things. But now I'm like on top of everything. Like, the kitty litter drives me crazy. Whereas before I never smelled it. Now I smell it. No matter where I am, I'm like, oh, I got to change kitty litter. I change it at least 3 times a week. I spend a lot of money on kitty litter compared to how I was. But that's because I smell it now. I didn't smell it before. But like food, I enjoy seasoning things a lot more now because I taste like the little nuances in it. I can taste underlying flavors. I couldn't do that. And I didn't realize, I mean, when you smoke as much as I did it, at least, you don't realize like how many of your taste buds just give up. Like you just don't, your senses are so dulled because you're just overpowered by this constant intake of this one thing. And once I stopped, and it's been over a year, and once I stopped, it was like, oh my God, like everything was heightened. And I really do enjoy food more, but then there's foods that I used to really, really like that now they're just too much. And I think I enjoyed them before because I actually could taste them because they were too much. But now it's just too much. Bobby said, I eat turkey almost exclusively. And if I eat a piece of candy, it's balloon time. Balloon time? What does that mean? What the fuck is balloon time? It better not be some kinky thing. And if it is, make sure you share it. Bobby said, nah, I just assume everybody's willing to wake up one day and walk into a Tesla dealership, sign paperwork. You're probably a mega wuss. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't like them. I don't, especially the cyber trucks. I think they're ugly. I don't mind like a regular, like the sporty looking, like the real Teslas that they originally came out with. Those are nice looking. I don't want one, but I think they're nice looking. I can appreciate beauty. I'm more of a muscle car kind of girl, but then again, I push comes to shove, I'm always going to pick a truck. I just like being higher up. That's what happens when you're short. Short people love big trucks because we feel like it's a whole different perspective on the world. It really is. That's why I love wearing platform shoes. You know, I used to wear platform shoes, platform boots. They'd be like, "Why are your heels so high?" Because it's different up here. You 5'6" people don't understand how good you have it. You just don't. 5'6" and over is like giant to me. I'm 5'3". on a good day. If I'm not having a good day, I could easily go for 5 too. You know, Connor laughs because I'm like hopping, trying to get stuff like off shelves and shit. And he reaches up. He's like, "You want that?" And then he'll hold it over my head. He's like, "You want it? Come on, jump, jump, jump." I'm like, "Mm." That's when I punch him in the stomach and he barrels over and I take it. And he's like, "Why'd you do that?" Because it works. That's why I did it. But that's always how he's doing. Because every asshole man in my life has held something literally and figuratively over my head and said, "Hey, hey, 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 you can't reach it." So I punch him in the solar plexus, and guess what? I can reach a whole lot of things. The problem that they don't think through is I can't reach all the way up there, but you know what's even with my waistline right about now? A part of you that you don't want me to hit. So you got a choice. You either give me the shit I couldn't reach, or I'm gonna reach for the shit you don't want me to get. They're like, here. It's like, thank you, because I will hurt you. Elephant, hello. I didn't even mention a constitutional republic. Oh my goodness. And you just showed up. I'm so happy. Um, we always know with that gut drug, ears burning, feeling something's coming up. Yeah, absolutely. Elephant, oh my God. She's like, oh my God, girl, can't believe you're there. Shani said, I'm not smart enough to not fight. It's not about being smart or dumb or reckless. I don't have the energy to fight with anybody. All the energy I have, I need for me. Like, I deserve it way more than anybody else. And honestly, if you want to fight like hand fight, like you want to throw hands, I'll do it. And I'll probably beat your ass because I'm crazy. But I don't want to because I don't want to go to jail. And there's way too many cameras. I don't wanna be, "Oh, 52-year-old beats up kid on YouTube." Like, no, no, no. I don't wanna be beaten up on some 22-year-old who, like, rolled her eyes at me and said something, and now I'm mad. Like, I enjoy those videos. I don't ever wanna be the subject of one. It's bad enough that I do, like, searches for Hoboken body cam, and I'm like, "Oh, look, it's my niece." Like, Winning and I watch them. I'm like, "Oh, I know that person. Oh, I know them." Sometimes we'll watch another city's. I'm like, "Oh, I know that cop. Oh, I know that person." And he's like, "Do you know everybody?" No. But then he's like, "Oh, it's about Jersey. You know them, right?" Yeah, I know every single person in Jersey. No, it's just I just happen to know a lot that have YouTube videos of them getting arrested or going to jail. So that's why it's good that I stick to myself. Because my friend circle wasn't great. You're waiting for your turn to fuel up a truck and trailer. I don't have a hard time getting gas. Like, people are very polite around here in the gas stations. It's weird to me. They don't mind waiting. Like, that's one thing about Pennsylvania. Nobody is in a rush. The only ones that rush on the highways are the ones that have the new cars and think they're in the Fast and the Furious. Somehow they woke up and they're like, I feel like Vin Diesel today. I wish you looked like Vin Diesel today because I'm looking at you and I just wasted that whole look. Like, your car is great. I wish that the thing growing out the driver's seat was a little better, but whatever. It's right. I got my honey and he's gorgeous. Some idiot cunt in front avoided me from being able to pull over. I gave him my opinion. He decided not to move. I put my truck in park, turned it off, and let him know I have a home on wheels. Oh my God, Shetty. I can't with you. See, that used to be me. Like, if you honked at me at a red light or something, I'm like, and now we both have to sit here until we die. Because I'll just I would. I would have turned the car off and sat there and been like, what? Say something. Like, go ahead, get out of your car. Now, no, now they get out of the car with the gun in their hand. Nah, I'm good. I don't mind a fight, but I want to be able to walk away at the end of it. Hey y'all that recently showed up in chat. I was filling a PB and J sandwich order. Nice, nice. For lunch today, I made what the hell did I make? Oh, I made him chicken cutlets. And I had some fries because he was like, "Can we clean out this freezer?" I was like, "Yes." I took a whole bunch of stuff out of the freezer. I was like, "I'll make chicken cutlets." He was like, "Why?" I was like, "Because I just took them out of the freezer and I got to defrost them. I don't want to throw them out." Because he's okay. I bought him. I think most of us had them. You know the molds that you make the popsicles in the freezer. You made homemade popsicles. Well, I found them at Goodwill. They were brand new. They were still shrink wrapped. They were like a buck for like 12. So I got 2 things, brought him home, and he was like, "I can make smoothies. I can freeze the smoothie." So he's like all excited. So he went and he did his pineapple and he did the watermelon, and he was like, "You got to go to the store and get me strawberries and kiwi." And I was like, like whatever. And he used sherbet in it, and like he loves doing that shit. So he had a great time, but he needed room in the freezer, and I was like, we only have the one freezer because I left my standing freezer at my mother's because I pay for electric. Um, so yeah, so I got a whole bunch of stuff in the sink that's defrosting. I'm gonna have to be cooking like the rest of today and tomorrow. But yeah, he's making the smoothie pops. He was like, "I'll make one for you with no sugar." I was like, "You put sugar in yours?" He was like, "No." I said, "Then just why can't I just have a regular one?" He was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess." All right, like don't overthink it. Just make it and we'll be good. But I told him to make mine without the sherbet because I just want the fruit. And to make mine with the banana. So all right, so maybe I did make him make mine different, but whatever. I could do that for days without a problem. I got a stove bed toilet. I've also stopped at a red light and knocked on the window of moron who cut me off. Shenny, you got balls and a half. I'll give you that. I will give you that. That was how I acted when I was younger. Now I can't run. Like I'm not running from nobody. It doesn't matter how much weight I lose. I'm 52. I'm not trying to run and fall because if I do, I don't like heal the way I used to. So I don't want to do that. You have to pay a subscription to go over like 60 miles. I need to set up my dash cam. I promised Wedding Son that I would set up my dash cam so that he could see all the views of all the places that I drive to because that's like his thing. And he was like, "I love mountain views." I said, "Oh God, all I have is mountain views." I'm so tired of it. Like I want to see something flat. Although I did see something flat. I saw my mother on Monday. But she's terrible. Like I said, "Yeah, you lost all the way." I said, "But what happened to your tits? They're gone." I was like, "They weren't that big to begin with." I was like, "And now they're just gone." And she was like, "Yeah, well, you don't have that problem." I was like, "No, I lost a lot of mine. Like they went down a lot." But then I measured. This is a conversation I have with Winnie. I measured around because you lose weight, you got to buy all new clothes, and I lost so much weight that none of my clothes fit. So I have to get like new bras or whatever. So I did the measurement thing. I've been doing it since I was 16. I learned long ago how to do that. And I'm writing down the numbers and I'm putting, I was like, nah, that can't be right. So I pulled up an online bra size calculator and I put the numbers in. It can't be right. Did another one. No, I did another one. I did another. I wound up doing, I think I did 5 different calculators on 5 different sites. And they all said the same thing. And I got on on the computer and I was talking to Winnie and I said, no, something's not right. He was like, "What?" I was like, "I keep getting the same cup size. Like it keeps and I can't be that." I said, "I'm maybe a C at this point in my life." And he was like, "All right, what does it tell?" I was like, "He keeps telling me I'm either a D or a double D." He was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Keep saying double D, but there's no friggin' way." I said, and Dominique, the girl the lesbian that I used to work with in Hoboken, she always used to say, "You are not a C cup, Michelle." I'm between a B and a C. So, bitch, you are a D cup, if not a double D. No, I'm not because I own mirrors. I've taken pictures. I can look down and see size. What they're not that big. They're really fucking not. So I don't get where the D and double D cups come in. And he's just like, I don't know, but I think you should document it. Try all the new bras out that you're buying and see how they all fit. We had such a fun time that night, like just talking, just joking around. But it was like, I guess, but there's no way. He was like, no, but that's good. You could tell he was happy. He was just like, did you say double D? Like, what was that I heard? What'd you say? I really don't think that's true. I really don't. I really, really don't. But I mean, the only other thing I'm going to be able to do if these bras don't fit, I'm going to have to go to like whatever Victoria's Secret they have, or if I could find a Fredericks, that'd be better. I do love Fredericks of Hollywood. That is my store. I don't think they're even open anymore though. That's how long it's been since I bought lingerie. 'cause who am I buying it for? I buy it for me. Um, I'm gonna go have to get, like, a professional fitting because I don't get it. Like, there's no way they're double yeah, I mean, they're not tiny, don't get me wrong, but, they just I don't know. They just don't look like double Ds to me, and if they are double Ds now, then when I was heavier, I must have been like a G or a H or something because that's ridiculous. But they're still bouncy, which is nice. Ford has a pretty electric truck. Problem is, I couldn't go an hour pulling an RV with a vehicle inside it. I don't trust electric cars because I just don't. And I hate to say it, but I'd rather pay for the gas than pay electric if I had to hook that shit up here because my electric bill is through the roof. I couldn't believe my first electric bill was $458. I called him. I was like, "You do know I live in a like 700 square foot 2 bedroom, right?" He was like, "Oh, it's the central heat because we've had nothing but like below 0 days for a month." Really? I was like, "Connor, we're layer up, dude. Layer up." We now have the electric bill down to like $97 a month because we just use fans. I ran nothing but like fans and everything for a month to see what that electrical output would look like, and that was much better. It would like my bill was under $150. So I was like, all right, as long as we're careful, now we have it like down to like between 95 and $98 a month. I'm happy with that. I'm good with that. That's a decent electric bill, especially since I know in the summer I don't like being hot, so that air conditioner is going to go on. And I'll be walking around in like tank tops and shorts all fucking summer. But yeah, no. Uh we're the same Shelly short stuff and hot all the way. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. P Didge, I'm 5'3", trucks only. Yeah. I remember when I used to have a Dodge Shadow. That was my very first car. I bought that with my own money. You know, I got a job. I saved the money. I bought my own car. It was a 4-door Dodge Shadow, fire engine red. We called her Ruby because she was red. And they used to call her the bad girl because my license plate started with BG and they used to call me bad girl. So I had BG, I think it was 955H was my old license plate. Long since, totaled that car. But I had that car and it was perfect for me. 5'3". I had a little cushion that I used to sit on. Because I'm not one of those women who like goes up on the steering wheel to drive. I like to be like back. I'm very relaxed when I drive. I don't get tense and I'm like 2 hands on the wheel and I gotta be like, no. Like I'm 5'3", but it's mostly like my legs are pretty long for, my body. So I never had to be up on the steering wheel. I could put the seat back and be just fine. I reached the pedals with no problem. But my daughter's father wanted to see if he fit in my car. And I was like, all right. He thought he was going to drive my car. No, bitch. I took the keys out of the ignition and took them with me. I was like, go ahead. You could try out the seat. Bro, he's at the time he was about 6'5". Now he's like 6'7". And he literally had to fold himself to get in the car. And he was like, I could drive it. His knees were higher than the top of my steering wheel. And they were on both sides of the steering wheel. His head was like scrunched down because the back of his head was actually hitting the roof of the car. And he had no width at all. Like his arms were all in, like he looked like a rotisserie chicken, like after you put the string on it. And I was like, get out of my car. And he was like, I could drive it. No, number one, never. Number two, you don't fit in it. Dude, how are you going to get to the pedals? Like you can't even extend your leg. It was so funny because he got in a hell of a lot easier than he did get out. I had to pull him out of the car because he just could not unfold himself. It was hilarious. And he was like, yeah, he was like, I need a bigger car. Well, he drives a minivan. He was like, the only thing that I feel comfortable in is a minivan. He was like, because I have that whole, he takes out like the center console and everything, so he has more room. And he just likes that. And it's like, okay. But yeah, it was so funny watching it. It was like watching all those clowns get in and out of like a Volkswagen Beetle. Hilarious. Um, That's what she said. I mean, size is everything. Whoever says size don't count or size doesn't matter has no size to them. Yeah, but you can turn off the height. You don't understand the fear of short people. That's because we're ankle biters. We pop up out of nowhere. I've never been as afraid of taller people than I have of short people. I'll be perfectly honest. Because little people move really, really quickly and we're squirrely. It's really, really hard to grab one of us and keep us still. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. Like a big target is an easy to hit target. But when you're little and you're squirrely and you're like, you could weave around, I mean, I've ducked down between somebody's legs and come out the other end so that I can get hit. Like I can do that. I can swivel down and like just squat down, whoop, right through. And you're like, where'd she go? And it's like, I went the other way, bitch. But yeah, no, like I don't like fighting little people. Like I don't like fighting little skinny people and I don't like fighting short people because they're really, really hard to keep in one spot. They move really quickly. They're really hard to subdue and they have endless energy because that survival adrenaline kicks in and they're monsters and they bite a lot. I don't bite. I only bite if I like you and only if I know it's, consensual. If I don't like you, I just stab you. But you punch before you reach for the front. I mean, I don't like to hit anybody in their junk because I did that to Spanky and I broke his shit. So I tend to not do that anymore because I feel bad. He still made 3 kids, but I completely shattered his left nut. And I thought it was funny. I still kind of think it's funny. The way he just dropped like that. Why'd you do that? Because I fucking felt like it. Like, that's why I did it. I had a banana that was overripe, so I smashed in a cup of sprinkled brown sugar on it. Nice, lady. Whole milk, smashed walnuts, vanilla extract. Nice. That is very nice. You'd watch that for $1, Bobby? Okay. I hope you're doing well, Ellie. I hope you're doing well. I see you once in a while over at Nick's when I decide to like pop in. That's when I can't sleep. And I sit there and I do nothing but give him shit. Like that one day when he wore that shirt I didn't like. I kept saying it again and again in chat. I wasn't sending super chats. I was just like, I really hate that shirt. And he finally stopped. He was like, what is your deal with my shirt? I don't like it. Go change. And he hasn't worn that shirt since though, because I gave him no end of crap about it. I just didn't like it. It looked like a freaking tablecloth, like a picnic tablecloth. I didn't like it. And it clashed. I didn't like it. When he looks good, I'll tell him. I'm like, no homo, but I like that shirt on you. Or, like turn up your sleeves, like roll them up. I told him to roll up his sleeves one day and he did it the next time. And I was like, no, dude, like not all like nice and flat and even like that's so gay. Like just roll them up like rough, like haphazard, like manly. And he was like, no. So he does it. And I swear he smooths them out just to aggravate the shit out of me. I really do. I think he does it just to aggravate me. Because he knows I just want to go and like fuck them up. Like I just want to be like, no, make them wrinkle. They look good like that. I like, especially if you put them like right over the forearms. Like if you stop them under your elbow, like but right at the top of your forearms, that's such a manly look. I tell Winning all the time, I'm like, if you ever come home and like you put on a tool belt, baby, you don't even need to fix shit because the tool belt ain't staying on for long. You walk in the door with work boots on, let's go. Like I have triggers. I have triggers. If he smells like motor oil or antifreeze, like okay, it better be a rainy day because we're going to bed. We ain't leaving for a couple days. Like that's just there are certain things that are just stimulating. That's one of them. And then you have Snipperoni who types in, "I always have gas." Thank you. That's good to know, I guess. So I won't be lighting a match behind you. But that's good. Thank you for for sharing. Look at that. I'm 15 minutes behind. All right, let me catch up. Voicemail says, do all the YouTubey things. I have 3 sets of mold. 3 sets of molds. Like what kind of mold? Like, are you talking like fungus mold or are you talking about like things to like grow stuff? Hey, Squid, how you doing? How you doing, Mama? Hope you're doing well. I have been lurking. I have gone to your streams. I just haven't been in a talky kind of place. Um, I'll be calling you. Yeah, I'll be if I fall, I'll be calling you. Be like, I've fallen and I can't get up. This is some bullshit. Shenny said, no balls. I'm just not right in the head. I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I mean, look, do we really want to like debate semantics here? I mean, I could say I'm crazy, but I've been tested and apparently I'm not crazy. I'm just, stressed out. Every shrink loves to tell me you have PTSD. I'm like, yeah, but the trauma never stops. So it's not like I'm ever going to leave that. I got to learn how to, work with it. She said, my 80-year-old uncle knocked out what looked like a Denver Bronco running back. Not a good trait, but it's family. I get that. I get that. My uncle is almost 80 and he still loves to fucking fight people. I don't get it. I'm like, you have a heart condition. If they scare you too much, you're going to drop dead. Like, don't do that. So you tell them about measuring. Of course. Listen, there's no shame in my game. None at all. I'm not sure I'm finished my I miss you content, but we miss you. Oh, that's for Ellie Font. We do miss you, Ellie. I haven't seen you except in Nick's for a while. I miss all y'all. Perks his ears up. Boobies? Yes, well, from boobies. Squid said, I'm a triple D. Are you really? Because I mean, not gonna lie, I've watched your stream. I've checked your tits out. Yeah, I definitely thought they were D or maybe a double D, but triple D? Why don't you just go for a G? I mean, at that, isn't it hard to find triple Ds? I mean, I'm sure it's hard for guys to find triple Ds, but I don't. I don't think they're that big. I'm not yours, mine. Yours are nice. Well done, but don't feel uncomfortable. Just being, oh, Shelly complimented my titties. You're welcome. I notice everybody's boobs. That's just Winning and I watch wrestling all the time, and I'm like, oh, under boob, under boob, under boob. I'm like, oh, she's gonna have a nip slip. He's like, I love that you get excited about this because he could be like, check out the rack on her. I'm like, yeah, those are nice. He'll be like, real or fake? I'm like, oh, those are definitely fake. How can I can tell? Like, I've felt my share real and fake, and those are definitely fake. And he's just like, I love that you don't get like jealous over shit like that. I'm like, why? I'm like, if anything, she's more likely to fucking take a shot at me than at you. I never got turned down by a girl, but okay. Like, because I know how to talk to women. And I'm good at figuring out what they need to make them, they're like, oh my God, she's so great. It's like, yeah, please don't. Please don't. You want to fight about it? No, I don't want to fight over nothing. Lane Bryant has large booby bras and they measure. You know what? The Lane Bryant bras, I've bought them there though, but they're very odd. Like, depending on the band that you get, like, the cups are not the right, like, standard size. I've taken like a 36D and put it next to a 36D from Walmart or 36D from Frederick's, and they've all been different. And the one from Lane Bryant runs way too baggy for me. Like the cups, I don't know if it's the way they turn the cup or sew it in or whatever, but I don't like them. And I like bras that have like the deep décolletage, like, because I'm a cleavage kind of girl. So it's either got to be like a balconette kind of bra where they're like a big like shelf, just here you go, or they got to be pushed together and you just like want to run your ATM card through them and be like, whoop, there you go, I paid for them. And I told Whittaker, I was like, you know what? I was like, with age comes certain things, and gravity's a bitch. Like, if you don't like them, fucking buy me new ones. I'll let you. Like, it's all right. Like, once I'm there, like, if you want to buy new ones, just don't give me clown tits. I'll be fine. I need to be able to balance. I don't want back problems more than I already have. Squid is up next. Promo. And what time is Squid going? Because I think, I don't know if I can I redirect? I don't know if I can redirect. Let me see. I used to be able to. I don't know how to do it anymore. I don't know how to do a lot of things on here. Like, it's showing everything. It keeps telling me to use an encoder and whatever, and it's like, really? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wait, I didn't see that. Oh man. Wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. Costs a lot more than people think. A roommate cost me over 250. He was rarely over there, just enough to cause the increase. Oh, for the electric? Absolutely. It drives me nuts. So I didn't see this because I didn't get to it yet. What did I used to do? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Wolfram with the $10 super chat. Thank you, sweetie. That was very unexpected and very much appreciated. I am very thankful, but I want to take that down and I lost my place. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take that down because I want to run the thing without the other thing on top of it. First of all
I do is win, no matter what.
Because that's me, and because Lady is here.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
But for Wolfram, chase the kitty, but I will give you the boobies the second time around. Here we go. There you go. And just because I'm on a roll, here we go.
Did I put it in the wrong place? Probably. I've been doing that lately. I'm putting things in the wrong place. Where did I stick it? Did I stick it in the wrong place? Uh-oh, don't do that. I'm going to go over to Shelly's and see if I put it over there. What have I done? What are you going to fit in that thing? That's so small.
It still makes me laugh. Because someday that conversation is going to happen for realsies. Alrighty. I just needed a laugh. Anyway, so I lost my place completely. Okay, so I love watching the original fold himself in to get into a VW. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure I missed some things. If I missed, I'm sorry. It's been a long time. Sounds like when my mom had me sit in her 74 VW. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. My mother had a Mustang. I don't know how, but the front it was a bench seat Mustang, and she used to have the seat so far up. Like if I got in on the passenger side, like my legs barely fit between the seat and the damn glove compartment. Like that's how far up. And then when she got in an accident, she was like, like the ashtray went all the way through my knee. Yeah, because you were sitting on top of it. Like back the fuck up a little bit. Jesus. Your knees were in the wheel. Yeah, I don't like being near the steering wheel. Like I'm a very relaxed driver. I like, just reclining a little bit. I don't do the thing where you're like in a coffin where you're like laying down. That's how my aunt used to drive. But I'm good. I'm far away, and this way if I do hit the brakes really, really hard, there's a lot more distance between me and the windshield than if I drove like my mother does. I would say it's hard to hold on to them, but shorties get up under tables. Yeah, we also flip tables. We do that. We fight dirty. We bite. We scratch. Yeah, I can run completely like under a table. I just have to like bend over a little bit and whoop, right under. That's how I used to get away from my grandmother. I used to run under the table and she, yeah, little son of a bitch, get back here. Nope. Whoop, right under. Little people are nuts. My mom's not quite little person size friend. She freaks the crap out of me. Yeah. My mother's actually taller than me. What the hell is that noise? I don't know, somebody's drilling something in my apartment building that I was not prepared for. Anyway, That or she bought an industrial vibrator upstairs because that shit is loud. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Oh no, never mind. I really hope that's not my son, but whatever. You can't put it on pizza. What the fuck? Da da da. Freaking work boot. I love work boots. Man, if a man comes in wearing a tool belt and work boots, that screams capable masculinity. And that is such a panty melter. You have no fucking idea. No idea. Like that's I guess it wouldn't work on like certain chicks who only like the white collar dudes, but I grew up around blue collar. Like to me, a man who can fix stuff or lift stuff, that is a real man. Like I want somebody who knows how to pop the hood and get in there and change the windshield wiper fluid, change the air filter. I want somebody who can do that, like hammer a nail, because as soon as you're done hammering that nail, my turn. Like, let's go. It just screams like I don't know, like strength to me. It really does. And it just makes me feel more secure. It just makes me horny. That's just, I mean, not to be like, fucked up about it, but yeah, it brings out all that masculinity, brings out the femininity in me. And I just get very like girly and giggly. And like, I just feel a little tiny and delicate, which normally I don't. Wonder how many work boots winning has there. I don't know, but he only needs one pair. And he don't actually need them. If he wants to put on cowboy boots, those work too. Those work too because either you're a blue collar like able to fix shit kind of guy or you could be cowboy. And I'm good. Like the southern gentleman kind of thing works for me. It works for me. Otherwise, I would not still be where I'm at. But Bobby said I got PTSD too, and device is always shit. It truly is. It really, really is. Triple D is an F cup. Yeah, the bras are hard to find, especially at that size. And especially if your band isn't big. Like if you need like I've seen like 46, 48. I'm like, oh my God. But if you need like a 34 or 36 or a 38 F, good fucking luck. Like you're just gonna have to like, buy the bigger size and then like hem it or like sew it or like do something to it to make it smaller. Because it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. She meant to type quadruple C. Oh, I bet. Like I said, I've seen her stream. Squid's got a nice rack on her. Don't be offended. Like, girl, way to go. Like those are nice. And you got babies and they're still like really nice. Good for you. One lucky husband. It works in the movies. They double as a what are you talking about? Coconuts double as a wait. Nope. I'm not going there. Nope. Nope. Sports bras. I love wearing sports bras. I don't like how they look. You get the una boob going across. I don't like them, and they flatten them out. Like those are great when you're like a little PMSy and everything hurts because it holds everything in place and you don't jiggle or bounce or whatever. I dance a lot now. I've been doing that, guys. You would be so proud of me. I do all my little salsa dancing in my room, trying to like work up a sweat and like get my hips going again, like the way I used to, because I really do miss my old walk. I was like, well, he was like, you're walking better. I was like, yeah, but I don't have like the swish, swish, the doom, 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 like that, whatever Lola wants kind of walk. If you've ever heard the song like Big Spender, like the beat to it, that's kind of the way I would walk, like the doom, 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 like it was very like, hey, come here, follow me. And then I just couldn't do that. And I'm getting that back, which is nice because, I'm an ass shaker from way back. But we'll see. It's hard to find the right cup size when you're 33. There's little to no available size. That's why I'm saying, like, you have to get the right cup size and just get the smallest band they have and then alter it. So, I mean, luckily I sew by hand, but because sewing machines hate me and I can break them just looking at them. But by hand, I can sew anything. Yummy, the experiment was a success. Yay! I decided Hot would mimic banana bread better than cold latte. There you go. So I made a cappuccino. All right. Did you froth it? I love my little frother. It's and it's good. It's all foam. I'm floating to my grill that we should use coconut so I can ride to Camelot. Bobby, I don't know if you're intentionally talking over my head or if I'm just shangad today, because I might be. I might be a little punchy. Snippy said, like, gravity isn't affecting him in places. Let me tell you something. The day that Winning sits down and does what Jeff did and sit on his balls is the day you're gonna have to call an ambulance for me because I'm not gonna be able to breathe. Like if I hear him go, "Ah," like nope. Because I still laugh thinking about Jeff telling me that story. Like, that was the funniest fucking thing I have ever heard in my life. It was like, I yelled so loud. I said, and then you don't know what cold is till your nuts hit the water. When you sit on the toilet, I was like, oh oh, I miss him. Those are some of his funniest experiences. He used to make me laugh. But like me, he was never ashamed of admitting to anything. It was like, if you're gonna laugh at me, at least you're laughing. Like, at least I did that for you. You're monetized. You can redirect. I know I can redirect. I just don't remember how. So it's like, when you're done, don't rush. 3D printed. The cats were for me. I'm way behind. I'm like 10 minutes behind. Oh my goodness. It'll probably be my fault. Yeah, I'm sure, Bobby. Everything's my fault. Too rowdy. I know. I'm just too much. Too much to handle. Nah, my baby handles me just fine. I think at this point he could probably handle anybody on the planet because he learned how to manage me in a very productive way. So I think anybody else, he's like, yeah, go ahead, give me your worst. You can't do shit compared to my girl. She will put you through it. No more super chats. I'm trying to safely drive. Ah, you poor thing. Safety third. That's right. Safety third. Just remember to hit the like. Da, 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 da. I know a guy. That's what I miss, you know? I was telling Winnie that the other day. I said, when I lived in Hoboken, yeah, I didn't go out or do whatever. But anything I needed, it was like I could just call a friend and be like, yeah, I know a guy. I don't know shit here. Like I'm scrolling through like Facebook marketplace to see if I can find like a handyman or something or like a mechanic that I can do local. Yeah, that can, if my car breaks down, just in case. Not that it does, not good. Toot. But my car is fine. I took it to the dealership. I was like, check it all out because the good weather's coming. I don't feel like breaking down. He was like, yeah, I got you. Shenny said, yes, I've fallen for the uniform, only to have to teach them how to be what the outfit said. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I grew up, every man in my family that lived in my house worked in the gas station. So they all wore the gas station uniform. The blue t-shirt with the blue, grease covered pants. Jacob said, white collar and capable man. ¿Por qué no los dos? Well, I like a guy who can be greasy. Like, I like grease monkeys. I do. I like a guy who'll get his hands dirty, who can lift up a air conditioner and put it in the window without my help. I want one who, can take down or put up pictures, who can, put an anchor in the wall without taking out, 6 inches of plaster in every direction. Like, I like that. Now, are these all things that I can do? Yes, I can do them, but I don't wanna. I want him to do it. I want him to be capable because I'm tired of being the one who does everything. We had this conversation like a month ago where I was like, I said, my whole life people have been telling me, God, you're so abrasive. You act so tough. You're so hard. Like, I want you to be softer. And here's the thing, like, I can't be soft unless there's an environment where I'm able to be soft. If I'm carrying everything and I'm being the man in my kid's life and everything. I can't be the girl I'm meant to be or the woman I'm meant to be. I have to play dual roles. So I don't get to relax. I don't get to be gentler. I don't get to soften my voice, to soften my approach, to just be that comfort and that warmth that they're looking for. I have to be the go-getter. I have to be tough. I have to be not compromising. I have to be driven. And like, if you want a certain like version of me, you have to create that environment for that version to grow in, like for it to be comfortable, because I'm not going to do something that leaves my kids or me vulnerable to bad things happening. So we had that whole conversation. He totally understood that. He was like, "Yeah, you're right." But that's just a lot of this world. It's creating an environment where women, they said they wanted to be equal and everything. We could do everything you could do. And now they're bitching like, "Oh, but I don't want to have to like do everything." Like, I saw this girl, and my daughter was very upset. This was on Monday. We went to Walmart, and this big dude was walking through the parking lot while I was going looking for a spot. And he was this big, jacked up dude. Couldn't have been more than 23, 24. And his girlfriend was walking behind him, carrying all the bags, like hanging on her arms, with this giant, like, it was a kiddie pool, but it was a heavy, like really, really big kiddie pool over her head, like leaning on her head. And she's struggling. And he's walking completely unencumbered, like just walking ahead of her. And she's like, "Babe, but babe." He was like, "Ah, you got it. Let's go." Katie was like, "Oh my God." I said, "This dude is such a dick for letting her do that." I said, "But I guarantee I know why." And mother was like, "Why?" I said, "Because this bitch is like, anything you could do, I could do. You need to treat me. We're equal. We're on the level." Well, then, bitch, I guess you're going to be carrying the heavy shit and he's going to walk like you would have. Carrying nothing but his thoughts, dreams, and aspirations, shaking his ass in front of you. Like, you wanted it. You got it. How's it feel? I don't want it. I don't want that. No. I want to be treated like the weak little girly girl. Like, do that. Yes, do that. Do you know that I'm capable of doing everything else? Yes. Do you want me to be like that gentle feminine thing? Yes. So if you want me to get there, you got to get me there. You got to make it safe for me. The same way, if I want, him to be all manly and whatever, I can't emasculate him or like go against him in front of other people. I have to support him in his role in the relationship. I have to make him feel confident enough that he's going to take on the stuff that's going to take a little extra strength and everything else. Like, you have to do that for each other. And I don't think people do that anymore. And this whole like, we're equal. No, we're not. We're really not. Like, can women do things that men do? Yeah. Can we do all the things that men do? In general, no. Are there the occasional exceptions to the rule? Sure. But for the most part, no. And do we want to? I don't know. How many women out there want to go work on sewer systems? I know I don't. How many want to go climb power, like power poles and work on like transformer shit and get electrocuted on a daily basis? How many of us want to go out there and go in the bucket truck and go cut branches back from power lines and take down like beehives and get stung and get like overheated, get sunburn every day for an entire season because you're outdoors doing shit that nobody else wants to do? But how many of us want to do that? Because I'm not signed up for it, and I never want to be signed up for it. No. Like, I'll take a desk job, that's fine. I'll work inside, I'll do phones, I'll do accounting, whatever you want. But I don't want to go out there and deal with like the elements. No, thank you. I don't want to strain my back. I don't want to work up a sweat at whatever job is going to pay me money. I want to sit there and let my brain do all the work instead of, the rest of me. I don't get that. And I don't think that these people that are like, "Oh, we're the same." We're not the same. We are not the same. We're not. We were never meant to be the same. It's just, give it up. But I think they're starting to see like where that backlash is, where the blowback is like, "Oh, but you're not going to help me?" "No, you're an independent modern woman. You got this. I'll see you inside. I'm going to go get myself a beer." Like, And that's honestly, that's the way men need to treat them. As soon as they start with the whole we're equal, be like, really? Okay. I'm gonna stay home for a week and you go to work. I'm gonna go get my hair done and my nails done. I'm gonna go to yoga class. I'm gonna like, go ahead, babe. And I'm not talking about like stay-at-home mothers. I'm talking about these bitches who literally do nothing and their men just pay for their lifestyle. Like $1,000 on their hair, nails, and everything a month. Like, get out of here. But I mean, if you want that life, don't say you're equal. Don't do it. Lady said, I love to watch a man working on a car, yard work, fixing stuff around that. Oh yeah. She said there's a turn on for sure. Girl, there ain't nothing better than a man who just worked up a little bit of a sweat. They're like, oh, I smell, I don't care. Come here. Like, it's like, I want to do like that whole Sub-Zero, like, Scorpion thing. Come here. Like, just, yes. And then I just become like a succubus in more ways than one. Coconuts aren't hard to find and they come in all shapes and sizes. That's true. That's true. And if you hold them up to your ears, you don't hear nothing else. Have you checked into the new lingerie line by Sydney Sweeney? I have not, but I will. I will write that down. Haven't heard of that one. Never had a limitless spending allowed. Yeah, I'm very frugal when it comes to the stuff that I buy. That's why I used to be able to just go on the Frederick's website and be like, oh yeah, I'll drop $300-$400 because I wore all the stuff for, ever. But now it's like I'll pick and choose little things. Plus, because I keep with the exercise and like I keep changing, like losing an inch here. This will, this looks different over here. So nothing fits the same month to month. And I feel like I'm just wasting money if I buy it now. So I'm just waiting till I'm more consistent. To be fair, T3, what isn't over your head? Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. Thank you very much. Everything does go over my head, but that's all right because short is beautiful, man. Short is beautiful. And I don't think Winning would want me if I was like 6 feet tall. He'd be like, no, she's a giant. There's no, no. Like I need somebody who I can tuck underneath my arm. He needs somebody he can give noogies to without any kind of like effort. And that's definitely me. He can just rest his beer on top of my head and be fine. Just think about it. If I ever do get my teeth all removed, it's like the perfect woman. I just got to flatten my head a little bit. Or maybe I'll get one of those hats with like a tray on top and he can just rest his drink on top and then no teeth. And it's just every man's dream. 10 minutes now, way behind. I am not way behind. I am 10 minutes behind. It's not that bad. You need someone to hang a shelf for you to be soft? Yes, absolutely. I do. I do. I do. To be soft, you have to feel safe. It's true. It is. Because when it's just me on my own, I have that I can take on the world kind of attitude because I'm always afraid somebody's going to see through the facade and like try to take advantage. This way, if I come off as intimidating and scary and tough, they leave me to fuck alone. It's safer that way. But if you're with a man, then you should be able to rely on him to protect you. I mean, I know I could protect myself, but I don't want to. Like that was never my role in life. That was not supposed to be my role in life. Newsflash, woman claims to want something, men laugh. I know. I told him yesterday, I was like, women don't know what they want. Are you crazy? I even told his son with it. He was like, women never know what they want. I said, it's never going to change. I was like, we know what we want. We're just not good at saying what we want. Like we can say, oh, I don't care what we eat. But then you go through the list and we're like, no. I thought you'd want like, and then we say whatever we wanted as what we thought you wanted. And that's telling you this is what we really want. So why don't you take us there? But we're saying it that you want it so that we feel like we're doing something for you and not being selfish. It's a whole weird psychological game we play with ourselves. All feminism ruined it. I'm not a feminist. I've never been a feminist. I don't like feminism. I think it's wrong. And I think we lost more than we ever gained. We lost so much, including respect. I'm a woman and children in the boat first kind of person. Yeah, absolutely. A succubus when he's under the vehicle working and you come along. I mean, he's going to be a very lucky man because I told you, like, there's only certain things that I'll do 24/7. It's like, and that's the best way to win an argument with me, and he knows it. And he plans on arguing with me a lot. Guys want like 3 things: sleep, food, and one other thing. Lower taxes? Just saying. Well, luckily, I know how to sleep. I'm an amazing cook. I'm an amazing baker. And the other thing that all men want that most men don't get because their girl's like, ew, I don't want to do that. I ain't got a problem. And I'm good at it. So it's like winning will benefit from all that. And I can honestly say I think he'll be the last man in my existence in my life to ever benefit from it because he's pretty much it for me. Having said that, it is almost 3:00, and I am going to see if I can figure out how to redirect this shitting stream in a way that it's going to let me. Do we know where the... How do I get to it in the YouTube studio thing? Because it won't let me. It won't let me. And I don't remember. Create highlight, no. Add stream marker, no. End stream, no, not yet. I don't know. If I lose you guys trying to go back on the thing, well, oh wait, maybe settings? Nope, that's overlays. Some bitch. And feedback, pop out dashboard. Let's try that. Switch account, select stream, refresh page. Nope, none of those. How do I do? Damn it! I know I had a way to do it, and I can't freaking find it. All right, in YouTube Studio. I don't know. Can you post the link, Heidi, for my mind just blank, for Squid's thing coming up? Just post it in the thing. What is it? Go to content, hover over this stream, and hit the pencil. I can... All right. Let's see. Nope, I ain't doing it. It won't do it. I don't know. The studio thing is just being really freaking weird for me. All right, if I lose you, then I love you all. But let's see. I'm looking. Nope. Oh, wait. Customization. Let's see. Redirect. I found it. Yay. Now let's see if she'll let me redirect. So we got Squid. And we got, there we go. Yay! All right, I did it. Yay! Okay. So you guys, if I did it right, we'll be redirected to Squid Pro Quo. Thank you all for joining me and keeping me company. And I promise I will try to do this more often. I will. And Lady Awesome, you're very welcome. Thank you guys for coming by. And just remember, be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. I love you all very much. And I will see you in the Funny Papers. Bye.